other people in the season of straits, people naturally tilt more towards me first. How do we go above our self-centeredness? How do we go to begin to care about people in purpose, even as we go through our own fair share of the straight season?
Okay, in simple terms, we need to die. We need to die to ourselves. We need to die to our feelings. We need to learn to ignore our needs. I mean, that's what Christ called us. He called us to die. You can't serve others until you die. Yes, you can't serve others until you die, because if you are waiting for when you would have solved all your problems before you start solving the problems of others, you would never solve others' problem. And the way God has designed it is, as you solve other people's problem, that your own problems, He will take care of it. So over time, I have learned by experience that, look, as long as I'm taking care of others, God takes care of me. So that's why others has been a focus for me. I'm not doing it for you to say thank you. I'm not doing it, you don't even need to say thank you. I just know that as I'm doing it, God takes care of mine. That's the divine order. So in order to live, we need to die. That's what I always tell people. Is actually, they say, except the corn of wheat, die, right? And fall to the ground. He said it does not bring forth, abundance. Whatever it is God has given to us is not for us. We are only stewards. So we put ourselves in straits sometimes to ensure that we do what God wants us to do. And this go back again to what we said about the will of God, where God says that you should love your neighbor as yourself. Why would I be buying myself that thing, for instance, when I think of, wow, this could help a student in school in Nigeria. I mean, that's how I'm wired. That's how I think. I'm like, that's more important. So whatever it is can wait. The major problem a lot of us or people have is self-preservation. And self-preservation is deceptive. The greatest faith is when you give out of need, not out of abundance. That's the greatest faith. And what God wants is faith. Giving is faith. If you don't have faith, you can't give. You can only give out of abundance. But that's the way it works. And that has been some of the secrets that God has showed us. So unfortunately, the younger generation, they are very, very self-centered. And that has been promoted by, me, myself, and I. And you discover that as long as you live, that's not how God designed you to live. You are supposed to love God and love others. So you live to please Him, and then you live to stretch His love to others, because when you reach out to others, you are actually expressing the love of God to others. How did God show that He loved you? He gave His only begotten, the only son He had. Abraham, go and sacrifice. So if God demonstrated His love to you by giving His only begotten, how do you now show your love to others? Sometimes you have to give out of necessity. You yourself, there are many things that need to be, things you need to do, but you put a hold on it and you attend to others. That's how we show His love. That's the will of God for us. So if you are in a place of strait, it's time to release. It's not something is telling you, hold it tight. Not lie. As one of my fathers in the Lord said, he said, a time of strait, you always want to go to self-preservation mode, but it's a big deception. So that's why you don't go by your feelings. You obey His word. So that's how you should have. Look, God, I don't feel like giving, but your word says I should give. That is how you show that you love Him. And that's when you do that, you are doing the will of God.